What's up, you guys? I'm Danielle.
And I'm Kiara, and welcome to episode 3 of Ho No She Didn't.
Today's episode is called Bitch, That's Toxic.
Yes, bitch, that is toxic, and that's exactly what the fuck we're talking about in this episode today. We're going to be talking about, what are our toxic traits? What are toxic traits that we've come across? We're also going to be talking about our moments that we have gone completely batshit psycho.
Crazy.
But we wanted to end this episode, with a good vibe. So, lastly, we're going to be talking about, how to keep your peace.
Peace.
We are on some Janae Aiko shit today.
Yeah.
So, let's just get into episode 3.
So, we all know everybody is toxic in one way or another. I don't care if you think you're the most perfect person on this whole entire earth, but I know that you're toxic regardless, or you have some toxic traits going on. We all
Period.
do. We all do,
Yeah,
right?
no, all of us have toxic traits, whether we fucking admit it or we don't. We're all toxic beings in our own way. And, you gotta respect the ones that at least can take accountability for like the shit that they be doing to other people.
I wish we had a sign that goes accountability, yay, like around, like as we do it. Have those little highlight pop-ups. But Kiara is completely right. Accountability is a very big portion of this. If you want to be an adult, it's important that you take a step back, look at your toxic traits, take accountability for it,
Right.
and basically try to work on them, right?
Right. You just want to try and be your best self, but first to like getting rid of your toxic traits is recognizing what they are. So today we're going to be talking about, what are our toxic traits, because we took a step back this week and we were like,
We gotta
hey,
reflect.
we need to reflect. We need to talk about toxic traits. And we were like, oh no, like,
We don't
and
want to let the world know how toxic we are, but
and I wrote down at least like 5 different points of toxic traits that I have, and I don't know how many Danielle has. We're gonna hear. We've never discussed them with each other, so this is gonna be like real reactions.
yes.
I have no idea what she's gonna say. Maybe we're gonna agree, and maybe we're gonna be like on 2 different paths.
I don't know about that. Yeah, exactly. So we'll let's just get into it. So Kiara, what are like some toxic traits that you have? Maybe I have some that
Okay,
you have.
so I'm gonna go over my first one, which is ghosting. Like,
Yeah. Girl,
sometimes I just like I don't know, like, if there's like levels to ghosting and why I do it. Okay, so
it's levels to this
there's
shit.
levels to this shit. So
Okay.
sometimes I ghost people when I don't know how to. It's almost like I'm being too nice in a way, but like I'm
Yeah.
a bitch for ghosting, but like I'm trying to go about it as like a please, just like I hope you get the message type of
You don't
way.
want to tell them, "Hey, bro, like I don't like you at all. Like you need to leave me alone." But you don't know how to
Yeah.
say it, so you just got to
Yeah,
be like,
it's like you kind of just start weaning them off, and you're
"Yeah.
like, you're like, okay, like hopefully, one day goes by, you don't text them, maybe two, and then they try to text you, and then you
Hopefully
like
the
text
next
them
day
here
goes."
and there, and like, you just slowly start cutting them off.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's such a bad toxic trait of mine because it's not a good thing, you're hurting somebody else's feelings. It's about
Exactly.
communicating, and I think that's something I definitely need to work on, is just being like more I need to be
Communicative?
is that a word? No,
I
i
think
just i
so.
just need to express how I feel more and just
Mhm.
tell it like it is,
That makes
regardless
sense.
regardless if it hurts the person or not. But the other part of the ghosting is I be peeping the red flags from the jump. But like since I have been through toxic shit before,
Yes.
once I peep like a little
A
ounce of
talk.
toxicity,
You're like, cut.
I like immediately cut it off.
Mhm.
And I guess that's not really good at the same time because one, it makes me look kind of like jaded in a
Yeah.
way, but it's my way of like protecting myself. But also, I'm not giving anyone a chance to even try,
Yes.
Like
Exact. That's what I was just gonna say. How you haven't even really like gotten to
yeah,
truly like know them as a person yet, and you're already cutting them off. So it must be hard for you
yeah.
to like find somebody because like, girl, I know you picky. I know you're picky.
I'm
So
so
that
picky.
mixed with that is like really hard.
Yeah, so then I just end up cutting everybody off because I'm like, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But like I need to realize like there is no perfect. And I also need to be more like open to like just getting to know people. Like I'm just so fast to cut people off because like after wasting like, you know, not really wasting, but after being with somebody for 5 years, you know, you just kind of like you're just done with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you peep some shit and you're like, I don't even want to waste my time.
I already know the answer. I already know the outcome to that. So like,
yeah,
I got it. Yeah, I
so
understand.
I just start dismissing everybody. and
you can get cut.
And that's why I'm single. So
Kiara. So I mean, I'd have to agree with you. Ghosting is one of them, but I'd say the number one toxic trait that I have is when things get hard or when I'm upset, I kind of have a fight or flight complex.
Bitch.
So for me, it's like if something happens that I don't like, and I guess my head or basically like what time of the month it is depends on how my response is going to be. I will either blow shit up and make you have the worst day ever, or I will just leave. Like I will just go ghost. Like I will not talk. I will not reach out. Like I will not do anything. And it is so fucking toxic. Like that is not okay at all. Like I'm okay to admit, I'm like not afraid to admit it because I come from a family that has a lot of anger issues. So like when I am mean, when I'm like upset, I'm really upset. I say a lot of stuff I don't mean.
Yeah, bitch.
I can't control myself. It's almost like word vomit. And I know that's crazy.
I go below the belt. Like, honestly, that's another thing I was going to touch on like later. But since we're already talking about it, like I need to not talk when I'm upset because I be saying anything and everything that comes to my head and I don't give a fuck. It's just like you go X Games mode, you go savage mode. Like immediately everything leaves your head and then once you're like calm, you know, you actually could have hurt somebody's feelings and you're just like, what the fuck? Like I fucked up. Yeah. Like that it's fucked up. Like it really is. It's a toxic trait. You know, you shouldn't, especially when I have said things to like my ex-boyfriend that he has told me like in private, like, you know, things that have like hurt him.
Yeah, you can't like use things in the past that they told you to like.
I have used some of them when I was really upset, and I've done it I think once or twice and never again because I was just like it's so not right, you know?
I mean, at least you can acknowledge it. Like for me, like I need that's my fight portion, right? So my flight portion is that like I will just literally leave. Like even in the heat of a moment, like I will just listen and I'll just look at them and I'll leave. Like that spot right then and there. Like I don't want to talk or anything, but it's because I'm aware of that when I'm upset, and I'm pushed to a certain point, I will say a bunch of mean stuff. So in order to prevent that from happening, I haven't found like the medium for it, which is basically like being able to communicate without like yelling. Actually, I really have perfected that. Like not until actually like this relationship that I'm in though. But like the flight portion, like I would literally just get up and go, and it's because I don't want to say anything mean. And in the same point, like it's when you do that, when you get up and go, you're letting that person know like basically your feelings aren't valid right now. I'm not trying to hear it. Like I don't want to talk to you. And that's what they think. But what you're thinking in your head is, I don't want to say anything I don't mean. I don't want to react crazy or do anything crazy. So let me just like leave the situation, go home and have some time to think about it or think about my actions and how I feel and the whole entire subject. And then we'll come back to it another day or like later on today.
Yeah. Sometimes though, like if I don't want to like, if I just leave, honestly, it's because like I just have nothing else to say. Like there's no coming back from the situation. There's like no solution. Like there's just like, I think when you get to a certain point in your relationship where you're fighting so often that like you almost lose fight. And
you just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to explain yourself. Like you just
waste your breath.
Yeah, you exactly. It's like talking to a brick wall, basically. Like this event happened or this happened already. Like, we're already getting mad about something that happened in the past. On top of that, like, what's the point of talking to somebody if, like, they're not hearing you? They're really not hearing you. They're really not trying to understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And they're more so worried about, like, proving the point than actually, like, working on the whole entire subject as a whole.
Yeah, and guess what, bitch? That's toxic. Like,
Toxic.
that's how you know, like, it's
Yeah.
toxic. Anytime, like, once you start getting into that, like, that mindset of just walking away and just not even trying to fight for whatever you're fighting over, it's just,
You're
I feel
checked
like
out
that's,
mentally.
I feel like that's when you're just like, yeah, no, like, I'm done.
That seems to me like you're just mentally checked out of the relationship at that point. Like, you're over it. Like, your body just won't physically let you leave.
Right.
Or whatever the
I think that's where
situation
it
is.
comes to like your mental connection with them, or usually when you're in those types of relationships, it has to do with like codependency. Yeah. It's your codependency. It's like, yeah, you love that person, but like you also rely on them at the same
Yeah.
time. So it's like, yeah, you're not happy, but you just don't want to leave. But also there's a
Yeah.
lot of underlying factors of like why people don't leave. But I'm sure we'll get into like an episode where we really go into depth about like relationship stuff. So we kind of talked about this already, but another one of my traits I said was like bad communication on my
Mm-hmm.
end, because like we were
What?
just like what we were talking about, you know, like I expect people to like know sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes just like you, I like walk away. I'm like, if you don't know, like I don't care. I'm just like,
Sorry.
bye. And that's not good. And then another one of mine, since we kind of already talked about all that stuff, is I call it La La Land. All right. And what La La Land is, non it's my irrational thinking.
Okay.
It's my ones where I think this relationship will go well. Like I'm like,
Yes.
even though there's so many irrational factors to it, like, oh, he
Mm-hmm.
lives there and I live here, like, no, we can still make this work. And like you kind
Mm-hmm.
of like get into like a thing with them, and then I later come to my senses, like there's just no way that this can work, and I make my exit. And then that
Yeah.
kind of leaves the person being like, hey, like what
They're
happened?
hung. They're just like hung on a
Yeah.
string. They're like, hey, like, did
Yeah,
you
like
forget about me?
yeah, we were just good. Like what?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I end up coming to my senses and I'm like, hey, Kiara, like this won't work. And immediately it's like a fucking switch. I
Yeah.
can just like somebody and then like drop it once I
Yeah.
come to my senses. It's the weirdest shit in the world. And I either ghost or I just distance myself and then it just ends. It's toxic. It's
It's okay,
toxic
girl. We're
because
working on it. At the end of the day, you guys, we're working on this. And I'm listening because honestly, as Kiara's talking about her toxic traits, like, or characteristics that she possibly may have, I'm thinking like, hey, I have the same fucking ones. Like, we're pretty similar, dude. It's kind of weird.
What's your other ones?
So I'd say another big one for me, and you let me know if you believe this is true or not.
Okay.
Mine's like clinginess and codependency, I'd say. Which, how you feeling? I feel like I am. Like,
About you?
like for me, yeah, like that's a toxic trait for me. Like when I'm with someone, like I want to spend like every single fucking waking moment
I think
of
that's
my life
also
with them.
just you as a person. Like you're just a very loving,
You're right.
nurturing person. Like it doesn't matter. Like friendships and
Yeah.
relationship wise, like that's just how you are. But like I feel like knowing your background, when people come close to you like that, like you just cling to them
Yeah.
because you love them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not, I don't think it's like toxic. It becomes toxic when you're with somebody who's toxic. Because then you slowly, it just turns into like this very toxic relationship, you know?
Do you notice that, by the way, when you are in, like, say you're doing fine, right, and then you start dating someone who has a lot of like jealousy per se, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, jealousy or any type of toxic trait.
Yeah.
At first you're starting off good because you're not dealing with that because you don't have those underlying issues, but then you start like, dating them and getting close to them, and they are like a very jealous person or something like that, a very insecure person, and you start picking that up because they're constantly accusing you or constantly like basically projecting.
Right.
They're basically projecting onto you, and so like you
Mm-hmm.
pick up all these like insecure traits as well. Like, does that happen to you? Has that ever happened to you?
Give me one more example.
So, oh my gosh. Okay. So basically when I was like, I have one, because when I was like 18, I was in this relationship with this dude for like a few years, actually, like a couple of years. And he was very insecure. Like very insecure. Like
Oh,
more insecure than I was.
are you talking like he would be insecure so you would change what you wear or change what you do so that he feels more comfortable?
Basically, yeah, like I'd have to control like the things that I posted, like certain things that I posted, like couldn't be posted, like what I wear, like definitely was a factor. It was always like being said as to what I wear and how I wear. And me, and I freaking dress damn near kind of like you too. Like we're kawaii girls, so like it's kind of like we wear tube tops
Crop
and shorts.
tops and
Yeah. We wear
everything is
tube
short.
tops and booty
Yeah.
shorts and some flip flops. So like that's literally my wardrobe a lot of the time, like especially in the summertime. And like I could like literally like I could walk out the house with it, but like I definitely have like somebody would definitely have something to say about it. So like just things like that, just projecting
Yeah,
like thinking what are you doing, where are you at, like constantly, like
yeah, and then you
going through
kind of
your
just start
phone.
absorbing all of that. Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
going through your likes, like
I haven't, my ex-boyfriend wasn't crazy on that.
mhm.
Like he wouldn't even trip, honestly. Like, cause I
Yeah.
just think he didn't give a fuck. Not only just about me, but just about everybody else. But also
Uh-huh.
like I didn't give a fuck. I posted whatever I wanted. I think it just depends on the person. But since I was with him for so long, like he just honestly didn't give a fuck.
You guys were just comfortable. You knew what was right, like what was separated like right from right and what's wrong from wrong. Like you didn't
Honestly,
have to
I
be
really just think he didn't give a fuck. Like he really did not give a fuck what I did.
why.
I don't know
We're gonna
because
save that for another day.
he's just like that.
Damn. Okay.
He's literally just like that. But that's sometimes bothersome to me because
Yes.
I mean, if you think about everything that I went through with him, because obviously like I
Yes.
wouldn't get a bunch of compliments. I wouldn't get so it's just like I
So
just
that's
think
another toxic trait
yeah,
that we can say, honestly.
he never
Girl,
hyped
you
me
need to
up.
juice the fuck up. How the fuck could somebody be with someone as bad as you and not fucking hype you up?
Yeah,
Like, that's just weird.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Like honestly, I guess that dimmed my confidence a lot, and I was
Yes.
always seeking attention, trying to
From
get his
other
attention.
places,
Well, not even from
like
other places,
social
but
media.
I was trying really to get his attention, and it like made my self-confidence go down so much because like I felt like I was just never good enough. And
Yeah.
when he cheated on me, that just brought it to like an all-time low, and I really just felt like absolutely nothing because I was like he never compliments me, he never hypes me up. If he does hype me up, it's like, "Oh yeah, you look okay."
Yeah.
And then he cheated on me and then
Wow, I really hate him. I
and
don't
then
hate him, but like,
like
what the fuck? Like
yeah,
that's
and
project. I feel like that's his own way of projection, though, in a sense. Like the silence is violence, low key, in his
but
situation.
also, you know what he revealed to me like way later, like this year? He was like, I just don't like girls with like big social media followings, and I just don't like I think he just doesn't like girls who like get all the attention. So I felt
Yeah,
like he felt like I didn't deserve that attention because he already
because
knows
you're already.
that I should know that I'm like a
Yes,
bad
yes.
bitch. But he never wanted to acknowledge. I mean, it just made no fucking sense. But
It's
it's
just like
toxic.
you just wanted to hear it from him. That's the only person you
Right.
really cared about, and like
That's
to
literally how I
not.
work. Like I
Yeah.
care about how the earth like how people close to me. Like I really don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about me in
Mhm.
general. I only care about like my really close circle. So my mom, my dad, my sister, like you,
Yes.
my best friend Cami, um, and whoever I'm like fucking around with. Like those are the only people. Other than that, like I really just don't.
Opinions are irrelevant.
I
Yeah,
really don't give a fuck. Um, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, it was toxic. Toxic. It's a
I
toxic
could see
trait.
that.
You need to hype your girls up. Friends and girlfriends. Like,
Yeah.
I have my mans up. All the guys that I'm like, you look fine as hell today.
Per usual. Like, it's just like always like, men really don't need to do shit, but I'm gonna save that for another day too. They really just gotta get a haircut. That's about fucking it.
What's your other toxic trait? I got 2 more.
I'm a fucking angel, so I don't have any. No, I'm kidding. I honestly like can't think of them. So like also like I'm mean as shit. Like I said, I'm just really rude and I'm really mean. Like when I'm upset. Like it's not. Yeah, I'm just really mean. Like I definitely like have one time I asked one of my ex-boyfriends, like this is a long time ago, but I asked him like, what are my toxic traits? And he's like, are you sure you want to hear this? And I'm like, yes, I want to hear this. Like, we're exes. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? And he was like, honestly, like, you're such a sweetheart. You're very sweet. You're very loving and kind and caring. But when you are upset, it's fucking weird. Like, you're so angry. Like, when you're mad, like, you're very mean. Like, you're like a different person. Vain. Yeah, like, veins coming out of your head. Like, but you're yelling, you're screaming.
You're like a Libra. So it's like one scale or the other scale. I feel like Libra is supposed to be balanced, but I also feel like your scales are either one side or the other side.
Yeah. So I'd say that. And then also one more that I know for a fact happens to be like, it is that I think this is a toxic trait that I have with like, not just like a significant other or any dating in a dating aspect, but just in general, is that I can definitely get in my feelings, like, way too much. Like, I allow them to control my whole entire day, basically.
I will agree to that. As a friend, I agree to that. And, you know, I try really hard to, like, pull her out of her head and just try and, like, you know, encourage her and put her into, like, a right mindset, because I know she gets super overwhelmed with things fast.
Kiara knows that I'm a sensitive being. Like, I really am so fucking sensitive. Like, it's just like somebody who doesn't even know me, like, could be like, fuck you, bitch, like, while I'm walking on the side of the road, and I'll call up Kiara and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, someone just called me, like, told me this. I was walking on the fucking sidewalk, and she'd be like, dude, like, just chill out, like, you know, you're never gonna see that person again, like,
yeah, no, you know, like, if Danielle has a really bad day and one thing goes wrong, she immediately jumps to thinking that, like, now 50 million things in her day is gonna go wrong, and then they do start going wrong because law of attraction.
Law of attraction. And I'm just like,
can we tell them about the microwave, the plate, the microwave plate?
Oh my gosh, yes. What was that? What day? What was a fucked up day too, wasn't it? It was a really shitty day.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember what happened in the beginning, but something happened.
What had happened was basically I was having like a really shitty, I think like me and my man like fought or something in the morning time, and it was because my car broke down. My car broke down.
Yes. It was that day. It was literally that day.
Yes. My car broke down. My man and I got into an argument because my car broke down. And then I came home. He dropped me off at home. I came home. And, like, I think I was just, like, so, like, caught up in my head with 5 bajillion thoughts, worried about my car and, like, the argument that I had. And
we were just starting our podcast.
We're just starting our podcast. And I went to go to the microwave to heat something up because the bitch is always hungry, like 24/7 since quarantine. And I went to, like, I think it was like Indian food, so it like splattered everywhere on the plate. And I freaking went to go basically to the sink to wash it, and it was like this big ass plate. It's like this big, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I have a really long arm, so it was like
she huge. Got that industrial.
Our microwave is fucking huge. Our microwave in this house is so huge. So I got the plate, and like I was washing it. It slipped out of my hands. I also really suck when it comes to glass. So I usually have like
plastic,
ceramic things or plastic. Yeah. I suck when it comes to glass. So I put it in the sink, and I literally just like accidentally dropped it, and it shattered.
Yeah. And the bitch was just losing it. She was like, this is not my day. Like, it's over. Today is over.
I was done.
Yeah.
I called up Kiara, and I told her about what happened, and she's like, okay, you know what you need to do?
You need
to just
a sage.
chill out. Yeah, you need a sage. That's what she told me. You need a sage, which we highly believe in sage because it does work. She's like, you need a sage, and then you need to like prioritize what you need to do. But at the end of the day, like you can't try to control a situation that is beyond your control.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's super true. I know that we hear it all the time, but we're not even like conscious of the fact that we are being controlling when we are.
Right.
Basically. So like we try so much to like control our fate and plan things, have expectations for things.
Right.
At the end of the day, we live in a world that like basically
shit happens.
Shit just fucking happens.
And you just gotta go with the flow. That's my advice. You just gotta go with the flow. You know, I tell her every single time she gets overwhelmed, like take it day by day, like task by task. You can't jumble everything all together. If you do, like you'll get really overwhelmed. So I'm just like, you know, you gotta like just be like, hey, prioritize this. Like your car's broken down. Okay, so we're gonna find you a new car first before we worry about anything else. Like fuck the podcast, fuck everything else. Like we need to prioritize what's most important, which is your car. So Danielle does get overwhelmed sometimes, but that's what I'm here for. You know, I'm here to like help balance her out.
Kiara's a jelly to my peanut butter, the peanut butter to my jelly. It doesn't really matter, but like me and her just naturally go fucking hand in hand.
All right, so back to our toxic traits. I got 2 more. Okay. So I'm just gonna try and hurry this one up. I got double standards. A bitch likes, what is it? Eat her cake. She wants her cake and wants to eat it too.
She wants to eat it too.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'd be doing that. I just do certain things where I'm like, oh yeah, like that's okay, but then like a guy does it, I'm like, that's not okay.
It's out, bro. I'm done with you. I definitely have double standards too, if that's the case.
I think everyone has double standards, no?
Yeah. Okay. Let me just throw out an example and you tell me if it's a double standard. Yeah.
Okay.
So like say like you're talking to a guy, right? And he's fucking great and you like him. And you like he's adding a bunch of bitches on Instagram and like liking their photos, but like you guys aren't together, but you guys really like each other. And you guys don't owe that to each other yet because you aren't together. You're just dating each other, getting to know each other. And then, but you do the same thing, bitch.
Yeah. That's.
Do you get mad?
I do be upset. I do be getting mad. But then, you know, even though I have double standards, yeah, I get mad, but I also like reevaluate. I'm like, hey, you know, you do the same things.
Yes.
So, yes. but it still sucks to like initially have that anger phase because I'm just like, it's so stupid, you know? So my last toxic trait is that I go complete X Games mode / savage mode. And we kind of touched about this when we can't control like what we say, you know? And that is definitely a toxic trait of mine. Like, I just don't care. I'm super careless with my words. Like,
it's like word vomit.
I just go for the throat, you know? I go for the jugular. Like, when I'm pissed, like, I don't even care. Anything comes out of my mouth, and, like, I just need to not do that because, obviously, like, it's just not fucking good.
I definitely do that when I'm super mad. I notice that I'm usually the person that basically, like I said, my fight or flight complex, it's flight. Usually I'm done. Like I'm just going. Like just because I don't want to, I personally need some space because I get in my head too much. Right. So I need to go and I need to sit down and like take some time to think it through. But when I fight, I notice that I fight specifically when I want to get a reaction. Like when I need that reassurance to know you're still here for me. Right. Or when you're not reacting the way that I expect you to.
Oh yeah, you just trigger.
I'm going crazy. I'm triggered. Yeah, like
I don't
because I need to get a reaction.
Oh, that's another thing that I fucking like hate about myself is like I will trigger people on purpose. If they're not giving me a reaction, that's when my words become more violent.
Yeah, that's the only time I do things when I want that reaction that I'm not getting.
Yeah, like I'll be upset about something and then he'll be like chilling there, like just listening, not really giving a fuck, and then I'll just start going harder, and that's just terrible because I just start escalating the situation. And it's like you keep poking the bear, you know?
Yeah.
And basically, like, I guess that's what I do sometimes. Like, I just keep poking the bear, and then that usually ends up in some fights, like gnarly fights.
All right. So on the topic of toxic traits, this leads to us, having our little psycho moments since we're
Oh
speaking
yeah.
about going ham and
Oh,
saying mean shit. So I just want to know, like, have you had toxic moments? I mean, toxic psycho moments, and I feel like you have,
I've
just
most
based off of the
definitely have had
story
psycho
you've told
moments.
me.
I think all of us have had psycho moments. I mean, I was younger at the time, like just keep this in mind, like I'm a little better now, like not even a little better, I am way better. Like with when it comes to like handling certain situations, like I'm just so much more controlled and just more
Yeah.
like mature when it comes to certain things. But like, don't get me fucked up. Like, this bitch can go savage mode. She can go 0 to 100 real fast. So, one of my psycho moments has to do with my ex boyfriend and the girl that he cheated on me with. And this was like
Mhm.
an ongoing situation of like all the way up until like we were dating for 3 years. So, they were
Okay.
talking like before I even started like
Dating
even
him.
dating him.
Okay. All right.
But then they weren't like doing anything. They never hung out before. So I was like, okay, this is like free game, you know?
Hmm.
Like, who cares? I tell him I like him. And then he kind of goes in between me and her, me and her. And then I was like, yeah, no, I'm not about it because I never like being number two.
Yes.
So at that day, he was like, he made the choice and he was like, no, I want to be with you. And
Okay.
ever since then, so it was October 14th, 2014. We were together ever since then.
Okay.
But um,
But what?
we got into a car crash. I had to go to Oahu to go and get a new car. This is my mom's car because our car
Yeah.
was totaled. Um, I get some calls from some friends back home, and they're like, "Hey, like I see blank and blank at Art Walk holding hands. Like, what the fuck?"
And you're in Oahu?
I'm in Oahu with my parents, and shady as shit, right?
That's shady as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, so they basically are like fucking around with each other, whatever. Like, I guess they were like kissing, holding hands. I don't know what the fuck. But, anyways, we break up. My parents fucking hate his ass. After that, we end up like actually getting really, really back together like around January because all of this occurred between like November, December, and
Yes.
then like January rolls around and we're like pretty much back together. And then
Mhm.
after that, I mean, she kind of stuck around. Like every summer, they would kind of like stay in contact and whatnot. And I would catch him. I'd be like, you fuck, like me on my toxic bullshit and also my codependency.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see him with somebody else. So like, bitch, you tend to like stick around, which is not
Makes
fucking good.
sense.
You know, once you see like those red flags, you just gotta like bounce the fuck out. You gotta be like, all right,
Yeah.
like this ain't it. But I
Mhm.
just kept like, I was like, nah, like this bitch isn't gonna get him. Like I'm gonna fucking
Yes.
hold
It
this
was
shit
just like
down.
it was like a game kind of. It was like, no, like she can't have him because he's gone
Yeah.
first. I just won't give her the satisfaction of
And
it.
so 2014, 2015, 2016, all like she is kind of around, but they
Hmm.
never really like went past that one time where they were cheating. Like that first encounter in
Okay.
2014. But 2017 rolls around, we're gonna move to New York City to go to college together. And he was a bitch to me for so long. Like we were fighting all the time. Like it was just so bad.
He was just being a
And
dick.
like I remember like it was to the point where like one day I was crying in the car driving and he's in the passenger seat and he looked at me, he's like, why the fuck are you crying? And I was like, I just start bawling even more, you know?
Of
Because
course,
like
because
that
like,
never helps the
how the
situation.
fuck are you with someone for that long? You're not allowed to like express your
And
emotions.
he just
Like,
didn't care at the point. But then it all clicked when I found out what he was doing. He didn't give a fuck
okay,
about me at the time because he was already fucking her.
yeah.
So during that time I end up finding out because he gets caught by his mom
Hmm.
and she ends up jumping out the window, like running away and all this
Yeah.
bullshit. Anyways, I'm on savage mode because I'm like,
You're hurt.
I was super hurt. Another thing happened was like we ended up teaming up together, me and the girl, because
Hmm.
I was like, I think he's
This
been
man ain't
lying.
shit.
I was like, yeah, no, he's lying to her, he's lying to me, like we got to do something about it because it's
Yes.
more like fuck him rather than like fuck you and him.
Yeah.
But then it was really fuck her and fuck him in reality, because she was lying to me and she was like, oh, I didn't want to like make things
Just
worse
leaving
because you,
all the parts, yeah,
yeah, she
where
was leaving out all the parts where like they both said I love you, because
yes,
he
yes.
rubbed that shit in my face. He was like, yeah, and did your best friend tell you that she said she loved me? And what
Hmm.
about the earrings I bought her, these $200 like gold hoop Tahitian pearl earrings?
Yeah.
And I like, that was the biggest slap in the face for me, because I was like, this bitch didn't tell me
Yeah.
any of that. So
Yeah.
he made me look dumb, because
Hmm.
now I'm
You
being
felt
lied to.
dumb. You just
Bitch,
felt
I'm being
fucking
lied
dumb.
to
Yeah.
from both sides,
Both
because
ends, yeah.
yeah, because the whole point of it was like I was supposed to like, I reached out to her because I wanted clarity, because he kept lying to me over and over, like, oh no, I'm not reaching out to her. No, I'm not reaching out to her. So then I finally got sick of it and I was like, bro, like I just want to know the truth. So that's why I reached out and that's why we teamed up. But then it all fell apart when I found out about the gold hoop earrings and the I love you part. I ended up leaving with him to go to like Kilauea and we got into a fight. I go to the lighthouse and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in this like very, it's the most weird thing that happened. I felt I was the only person there at the lighthouse and I was just standing there in the most peaceful state, taking in like everything that's going on around me and just relaxing, and I was just so calm. And as I'm walking back to my car, I get this text message from her and she's like, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, what does this bitch
What
have
is
to
it this
say?
time?
I'm like,
Like,
what?
what do you guys have to surprise me
Yeah,
with now?
I'm like,
Yeah.
what else could it possibly be? Because the whole time they're both saying, both of them are like, we never did anything. Like, even though
Yeah.
we got caught, I got caught in his room. Like, we never did anything. I get to my car, she sends me this novel, and I very fast, like, what's
You
it
scroll
called?
through it. You just skim through it real
I
quick.
skimmed through it really fast, and the one word stick out and or
Sex.
stuck out, and it said sex. And when I tell you everything went red around me,
I don't blame you for going into psycho mode. Honestly, I really don't blame
oh,
you to go. I don't blame you for getting crazy. Honestly,
it
your
it
mind was being like played with. People were playing with your fucking mind. Like, come on now. That's
yeah,
not
no.
cool. That's
Ev-
manipulative.
Everything went red, bitch. I put that car in fucking drive. And we were out there. I was shooting it to his house down the road. Like, I fucking turned in there. I jumped out my car. He's on the phone with somebody. I think it could have been her, but I don't know who it was. But he was like, all I remember is hearing him say, oh, I found her. He hangs up. I run into his room because I'm going to go destroy shit. And he chases after me into the house. His mom and his brother are in the house right there watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn around at him and I'm like, you fucking had sex with her, like blah blah blah. I go to swing. He's like, I don't even remember what he did, but his mom gets in the middle of us. She's like,
Of
hey,
course.
she's like, hey, hey, hey. She's like, you get over there, you get over there. I'm like yelling at him. Like, that was a psycho moment. It was a tough night and I couldn't go home because I never wanted to tell my parents. My parents know now. I told
Mm-hmm.
them actually this year for the first time, like what has actually happened. The real time that I think I really went psycho was when I went into savage mode and I wrote the letter. And I've read, Danielle, this really
The
long
letter
letter that I
has
decided to write.
this letter didn't have it wasn't mean per se, honestly. The
It
letter
was
was
raw.
it was
It
wrong.
it was it was truthful, and it
It
was
was
filled
truthful as
with
fuck.
a lot of incriminating evidence that a parent would never ever want
Want
to
to
hear.
hear their child, yeah. Their teenage daughter.
So unfortunately, I made the decision to pull up to the house, her house, with a letter that I was going to originally leave at the door, but I heard some dogs
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, there's dogs out here, okay. But then I went around the house and I found her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom doesn't speak good English, so she was like, I need my husband to like read me this letter because I don't know what you're
Yeah.
trying to say. Of course, her dad pulls the fuck up. And
As
I'm
while you're
I'm
there, what are the
like,
instances?
I
What
was
the
like,
fuck?
I mean, right on cue. Like he
Yeah.
comes pulling in the driveway. I'm like, oh shit. Part of me,
Freak out.
I'm like a little, no parent wants to hear any kid talk shit about their kid or even come to them about anything of that sort, pull up to their house. Like, yeah, it's not good it looks terrible on my end. I look like a fucking psycho. Anyways, her dad starts talking to me. He was like, I'm not reading this letter. So he was like, no, you're gonna tell me what it is. So a bitch started blabbing her mouth. And I was very respectful about it, but he was shook.
Yeah.
We had like a 30-minute conversation outside their house. And he was understanding. We ended it on a good note.
Because he's an adult, you know? He
he wasn't nice to start with though. Like I had to like fully like.
I mean, like if a girl pops up at your house and you have no idea who she is, I would be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, no, he definitely had an attitude in the beginning, and then by the end of the conversation, I mean, he was like, yeah, this all makes sense.
It was like when Regina George gave the principal the fucking burn book.
Well, it's just because, like, I felt at the time, like, I was just really fucking upset. Just, like, everything that added up to that moment was just so much anger, and, like, everything was so out of spite.
Yeah.
Like, she had told me, like, I think she had said, like, I fucked him or I did stuff with him more because I didn't like you. And, like, this, like, the whole motive behind it, obviously, like,
was kind of evil.
And I just couldn't, it didn't sit well in my soul. It didn't sit well in my soul. So I was like, I gotta do something. Like, there's no way she can just go hop on her dandy way and she be living her best life while I'm here crying every night because my boyfriend just fucking fucked her brains out multiple times.
Yeah, I understand, girl.
So I went psycho, but that was that.
That was it.
That was the end of that story. I mean, after that, he was good. Like we had like a whole year. 2018 was full of just like healing for me. He had to deal with a bunch of bullshit from me, but like he was just like whatever because he knew what he did. And the shit that it put me through. You know, I thought I grew a little bit, but I went psycho again this year. Okay, you guys don't know the story, but my boyfriend and I broke up last year, and I started immediately just dating people because I was so done and over with, right? Or at least I thought I was, until he started dating this girl that we were in a group project with from the last semester. And when we came back to New York in January, he started like dating her, and I wasn't with it. I was in my feels, and you know, I think that's one barrier that I thought I had crossed already. I'm like, oh, who fucking cares? Like I've been with people, like nobody cares. That was a fucking lie. I was lying to myself. I didn't know that shit would hit me in my fucking soul, and it did. And I don't think it was because I was sad at seeing him with somebody else. It was because he was treating her so good and
like, what
so respectful, and she was getting everything that I never got. And I was like, I don't understand. I just felt so disrespected. I was like, I don't understand. Like, why wasn't I treated like that? Like, why didn't you do that for me? When I do everything for you, we were together for so long. But anyways, I went psycho. So she came over for the first night, and I knew because he had told me. And a bitch.
Why would he tell you that?
Well, because we were still like we were still talking at the time, but not like that.
Yeah. You guys are still cool and everything, but it's like it wasn't.
Like
romantic.
So she ends up coming over, and I was freaking out. I mean, one that flipped me out was he stole my vase. So I was crying in the room when he did this. So this was the day of her coming over. I was crying about just like the whole situation. He's over there in the corner I thought he was just watching me cry. No, he wasn't watching me crying. He was fucking stealing my vase for flowers for his new girlfriend. So I walked over to his room right before his girlfriend was supposed to come over. I knock on the door. He creaks it open. I'm like, hello? Like, what the fuck? And he steps back a little, and I just like kind of like push myself in. And I'm like, is that my vase? Is that my fucking vase that my best friend got me? And he was like, you know what he said?
What do you say?
I was borrowing it.
For what, sir? Go
And
buy one. Do they not have a dollar store in New York? Do they not have like
they do, but you
a
know, he
99-cent
just,
store? So there's like 5 bajillion bases over there. So why the fuck? Like,
bitch, I don't even know till this day. But, you know, it wasn't about like him stealing the vase. I mean, yeah, that's disrespectful, but
of course it is.
I couldn't remember the last time he really got me flowers like while we were together.
Yeah.
And that shit, just seeing him do that for somebody else, like just took me the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
I was
You were
hurt.
triggered.
I was so triggered beyond belief. I was so hurt.
Yeah.
And I left and I went back to my room and I just start like going psycho. Kind of like a
Yeah.
fucking put
You're
a
thinking like
put
five
a rat
bajillion
in the
things in your head.
box.
That's how I
Yeah.
am every single time I'm pressed.
Yeah, no,
So,
I start just pacing in my room. I'm just like,
mhm.
what if this? What is that? I'm just blowing up his phone text message
Yeah.
wise. Like, I'm really going psycho, like
Hmm.
psycho. And I remember I went to his room. Also, I have this girl's number because we were in a group chat.
Yes.
Like, we were
You
in a
guys were in
group.
a group project.
Yes. So I go to his room and I just start pounding on the door. And I just think about how stupid, one, that made me look, but just in
Hmm.
general, like just how dumb that was. But I start pounding on the door and I hear her and she's like, "Is that her?" I go up to the door and I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." He's basically super upset at me and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here," like whatever, like, you know, all that stuff. I start texting her phone. I'm like, "Get the fuck out of the room." I'm like trying to fight.
Yeah.
And it basically, like, I just went fucking absolute psycho. And he came to see me in my room because he's trying to calm me down because I'm freaking out. And he's like on the verge of tears. And he's like, "Can you please, like, please just leave me alone. Like, leave me alone for right now." He's like, "She wants to leave. Like, she wants to leave right now. She doesn't want to stay here. She doesn't feel safe." Like, all these things that I feel like bad. And I just calmed down after that. And I was like, fuck, like you need to chill. Like you need to chill. Like
Yeah.
this is not, you know, what you want to do anymore. This happened twice. So the first time she
Yeah.
came over and the second time. After the second time happened, I did another psycho thing where like we've had such a toxic relationship. I mean, we've fought so many times. I mean, and I knew I had like a slight anger issue when one day, like the second time, he came out of his room and I went to like try and throw a punch at him. And
Mhm.
I remember there was cameras and I was like, "Kiara, like you can't do that. Like he's gonna literally tell the RA
And you're
like
gonna get kicked out.
and I'm
Yeah.
gonna get fucked." And but like once I like went like this to try and like punch him, I was like, "You need to relax." And that's when I just started like reflecting on myself. He was telling me, he's like, "You're fucking psycho." He's in the hallway. He's like, "You're fucking psycho. I'm gonna fucking call the RA on you right now." Like, and I'm like, "I'm psycho. You're fucking psycho." Because he had lost it on me when I went on one date. Like, I
Yeah.
had gone on a date and I came home and he's sitting in the dark in my room, like just sitting there on my bed,
Like a movie scene. Yeah.
waiting, and he's like yanking my phone from, I mean, like it was insane. Like when I tell you we've had the most toxic relationship, like toxic.
I'm sorry you had to go
And
through that.
bitch, I needed to get out. But after the second time that I had gone psycho, I had come to this like epiphany and it led me to like this eat, pray, love journey that I want to speak on one day in one of our episodes.
Hmm.
Because I had told myself, like, you know what, Kiara, he's already done absolute the worst things in the world to you. He's cheated on you while you guys were together. And
Yeah.
like, you know, that was the worst thing and you made it past that. Once I got that epiphany in my head, bitch, I literally like it was like a snap of a finger and I was like, okay, very calm.
Yeah.
And everything was pretty much a little bit rocky, you know, as you're slowly just accepting the fact that he has a girlfriend.
I would be upset too, honestly. Like it's just like how you're watching literally somebody that you love for a really long time, and that you
Immediately
basically
jump
grew
into
up with.
a new
Yeah.
relationship
Immediately jump into a new relationship and
and
you're
he's
watching them
good to
like,
her.
yeah.
Like that
So
shit,
like I would break my heart too, girl. I don't blame you.
it sent me. But you
Yeah.
know, I just came to like the realizations that like one, I had been through worse and I got over it, and two, we have so much toxic history that it could never ever work and there's no mending.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no mending for us.
There's no
Like,
coming back from that.
no.
Yeah.
And we're just so much better as friends. Like, I can't
Mhm.
even believe how much better we are just separated. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a good relationship. And it's like more like family rather than boyfriend and girlfriend anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my super long story. I'm so sorry, you guys. You had to hear like such a long psycho story, but
Well, as far as I guess like when we have our little psycho moments, it's hard for me to like think back on the psycho moments that I've had, mostly because like I try not to think about it. Like when you get traumatized, you know how like people when they get traumatized, like they just don't remember anything from that point or that event. Same thing. Like when I get angry, I just don't remember what the fuck I say or what I'm doing. So most of the time, like I'm not aware of my actions or how they come across with people, especially if I'm in an argument with them. I remember like I had a crazy moment. This is just a little one where it was like basically, I needed some space and I didn't want to give it to him. I don't want to give him any space. So I was upset because of the way he came at me, bitch. Like, he was like, we were just fighting too much, and like, he came up to me and I was laying on his bed watching a movie. I was like, I don't want to fight. Like, I don't want to fight. I'm ignoring you. Like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm watching this nice movie and he comes up to me and he's like, baby, I love you. And he kisses me and he's like, but I want to spend the night alone tonight. You know that meme of New York waiting in bed like this with her fucking glasses on? You know that meme of her?
Yes.
That meme was me. Like, I was so upset. I didn't even know how the fuck to, like, react, So, like, I was like, I'm about to, like, literally be toxic and I'm about to, like, physically, like, try to harm this person even though he is way bigger than me and there's no way I could physically harm him because when I punch him, like, playing around when I really try, it doesn't harm him. But I was like, I need to get out. Because I'm about to freak out. Like, I'm about to freak out.
Lose it.
Yeah, because he needed space and I wasn't willing to give it to him because I wanted to handle things like right then and there. But I also wanted to ignore it when it wasn't going my way. So it just wasn't fair.
Right.
So I got up and he was like, trying to explain to me why he needs space. And I just didn't want to hear it. Like, I was just like, it's good. Like, it's whatever. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I left like his house and I like slammed the door really hard, but he also has like a gate in front of his house and I just slammed the gate really hard and the whole thing started fucking like vibrating and shaking, right?
Loud.
Like, yeah, he was so upset, like so upset. And that's just one really crazy moment I can think of. I think that I've had another crazy moment.
Okay.
So basically one time when I was like 18 or something, or 19, I don't remember the age I was dating some dude and he was very insecure, like very toxic relationship. That was the definition of a toxic ass relationship. Like, it was crazy on all levels. We got into like a fight, probably about something small, of course. I don't freaking remember it, but I bet you it was about something small. And he like refused to let me leave the fucking house that day. Like, I needed to go to work and I couldn't go to work because he would like stand in my way. Like, I was trying to leave his house, but he would like stand in my way and lock the door. And like every time I would go for the door, like he wouldn't let me. I literally called my boss and I was like, hey, like, this is a situation. Like, my boyfriend's not letting me leave his house. Like,
oh my
I
God.
can't make it to work. Yeah. So I freaking tried to even sneak out his room window, bitch. And it was like one of those, like you touch the buttons and they click up, And like, I was I was like, ugh. Let me get out of here. He wouldn't.
Did you escape?
Leave. Eventually, yeah. Like, eventually I escaped. Eventually he let me go after, like, at a certain point, like, I just wasn't talking to him. Like, I wasn't.
I don't think that's you being psycho. I think that's him being psycho.
But wait.
Oh.
We were done after that, clearly. Like, we were done. And then he, like, popped up on me, basically, probably, like, that night or, like, the next night. And, like, he was trying to tell me, like, all this shit, like, you're doing this, you're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. I'm like, bro, I'm done. Our relationship is hella toxic. He's toxic. I don't know if he just couldn't take the fact that, like, he was, like, we were done. I don't even know if that was like our final thing
That's
to
all
that day.
toxic. That's how all
Yeah,
toxic
toxic
men are.
shit.
They're
Like,
like you ain't ever leaving me.
yeah. So
There's no ending to toxic people.
girl, he started beeping the horn like in front of my like
Oh,
house, and like my dad was home too, so my dad didn't even like him to
that's
begin with.
disrespectful.
Yeah, so he was beeping the horn to piss me off, you know, and I'm like, bro, stop, like, stop beeping the horn. He's like, I don't give a fuck, blah, blah, blah. I had to grab him by his hair and pull him back, pull his head back. So I was like, stop. Like, that was probably the only, I've had a lot of psycho moments, but like, I've had more toxic moments, I'd say, than psycho. Like, I blow up, but I blow up. I never want to
I don't
take
think you're the
action.
person that causes it. I think you're the person that reacts to a toxic situation. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all the things that you're describing is like the person did it to you first and caused you to react that way. Like I don't blame you for reacting that way. If my dad would have fucking came out that house though and beat his ass for beeping his horn.
Mine would have too, and I honestly wish I had like let him so he would just leave me the fuck alone, because I feel like a lot of things after that, it was just going downhill. Like it was so bad after that
Yeah.
I just wish that I had, you know, you're young, so you live and you learn, you know, as you go through these things. Of course, my relationship with him didn't like happen for no reason. I didn't waste my time because I learned a lot of stuff, a lot of valuable things within that relationship.
Right.
So
That's like the good thing about, even though you come across all these toxic people, you learn so much shit. It's like, yeah, you wasted your time, but at the same time, you know that you learned like valuable things. I guess that's the best way to put it.
and you needed it. Like, think about it. Had we not dealt with the things that we dealt with, we would
Oh,
not.
I wouldn't even be here. Imagine
We
if I
wouldn't
had
even.
stayed with my ex-boyfriend, like my whole life would be completely different. I wouldn't even be here. This podcast would never exist because there's no way this would have ever made it
There wouldn't
past him.
be. Yeah, we
I
wouldn't have
said
stories to tell.
I said he doesn't care, but he does care about shit like this, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like he doesn't want all information out. Like
of
he actually
course.
might be upset that I even said anything, but I don't think he's gonna take the time to listen to this.
Mm.
But
Like,
anyway.
this is for gals and guys that get us, like guys and girls that definitely understand us. So
Yeah. But anyhow, we just want to end this episode with like a positive topic. And that
yes,
is, how do you keep your peace? With all
yeah.
this toxicity, these toxic
In
men,
moments
these
of
toxic women,
psycho
these
moments,
these psycho moments, like how do you keep your peace? And what do you think is your way of keeping your peace, Danielle?
when I experience like a crazy moment or something where I feel like I'm about to pop off, or like I feel like my life, I'm dealing with a lot of toxicity in my life, or I'm being toxic, I do a toxic thing. And I like to step back. Actually, it's not toxic. This is
It's not
good for you. This is
toxic.
self-love. I like
I
to step
think
back.
there's ways to do it though that makes it not toxic, and that
Yes.
is communicating what you are about to do. You don't just
Keep
ghost to ghost. You're
yes.
not like leaving them in the dark. You're like, hey, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just take some time to myself, like
I need
within
some
this time
space.
frame, like just
Yeah.
let me go,
My friends, like Kiara and I have the same group of friends. So like a lot of us, like we have like this group chat, and like we are constantly like joking around, like fucking sending each other sexual memes and shit. just
Yeah.
just BS. Like really, and basically sending each other selfies and like just asking like which ones should we use. Like we always do these things. So
Hmm.
like for us, a lot of the time we also like in that group chat, we're also talking about a lot of our lives, like journeys, what we're doing, what we're going through.
Yeah.
We also deal with a lot of bullshit and help each other through a lot of bullshit. So one thing, like Kiara was saying, that's really healthy is that we let each other know that we're not in a good mind space or head
Hmm.
space
Hmm.
to talk right now or have communication.
Yeah, but
So
we
we're not
don't
coming
just
off like we're ignoring each other.
yeah, we don't just disappear on each other. It's like, hey, like guys, like some things are kind of going on in my life right now. I'll be back. And we're always open, and I usually just text back like, we're here if you need us. Like, don't worry about it. But take your time and
Kiara is
come
so
back
great
when
at
you're
that.
ready.
Yes, Kiara is not a clingy friend. Like she understands that life happens. She understands that people like, especially since she's single, it's hard for me and her to like really like don't even know how to explain what to have girl time. Like sometimes, like, I mean, like, we're so far away, so we only FaceTime. And when we FaceTime, it's literally for like
Hours.
2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, it's for hours.
Yeah.
So it can like get in the way, like interfere with like my boyfriend and stuff. And like he be feeling some type of way sometimes, you know. I understand because I'm not like, it's kind of rude, you know, but at the same time, like Kiara's really good at reassuring people and like understanding people have boyfriends, like people have shit
Yeah,
that
it's
they gotta
okay,
deal
you
with.
know, they
Like,
have life, like everything happens in life and you go when you gotta go and you come back when you want to come back. Like
exactly.
it's just all about respect and just understanding other people and how they work. Like Danielle's just one of those people and we talked about that earlier. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's the type of person that backs away when things get rough and
Yeah.
that's fine. Like it's fine for somebody to do that as long as you know that they're okay.
Yes.
But even when she would say like, "Hey, I'm going away," like I would just check in with her here and there. I'd be like, "Hey, you know, just heart this message if you're doing okay. Like you don't even need to have a conversation with me. Just let me know you're in a good mind space because at the same time, I don't want her to be fully isolated and alone. Like, yeah, she may be taking her time to be like at peace, but sometimes, you know, when you're by yourself, you start thinking a lot more.
I love
And
you so much.
but so like you it's like checking in with your friends, you know. Okay.
I definitely like step back. I try to do things like listen to really good music because I feel like you absorb everything that you're
Oh yeah,
constantly like, you know,
listening
ingesting. So
to.
exactly. So like if I'm on social media, I try to stay like a little bit away from it. I'll delete the apps or something like that in order to get my mind right so I don't feel tempted to do anything. I delete Twitter a lot.
she
Yeah,
she she does this. She deletes Twitter more often than she will ever delete Instagram. Like another person in our friend group deletes Instagram, and then we have Danielle who deletes Twitter.
Twitter just
Yeah, no,
all the
she's
time.
off. And
It's my
I never
favorite app
understand why
too.
it's Twitter because it's not like anything toxic happens on there. You just
Because
be
my
finding.
TL is filled with like people being like, you know why? This is why. Because most of the time when I'm in my feelings or something about my family or whatever it may be. I'm in my feelings
You
about
got Twitter fingers? Is that what you're trying to say?
I may have Twitter fingers, but I honestly don't. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, fuck you, blah 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 blah. Like I'd be emo. I'm like sad girl Twitter. Like
No,
like
I do be
I'm like
seeing that sometimes you
them
just
little
see
quotes.
all her likes and her
It's
retweets and it's like very similar and you're like, "Oh, she's definitely feeling away
yeah, it's
right
like
now."
toxic. Like if you're dealing with toxic family members, like I don't get or like I don't give a fuck. Like I'll cut everybody off. Like shit like that. Like it's just really bad for me because I can't watch that. I can't look at that, especially when I'm in like a bad mindset because I can't allow other people's thoughts to influence my own.
Right,
If
because
that
then
makes
you
any
just it's
sense.
almost like listening to sad music and you just consistently listen to sad music. That's like looking
Exactly.
at sad quotes, like all you think is sad
Exactly.
thoughts. Makes sense.
Exactly.
But
So
that's good.
I
You're
be putting
keeping
on the
your
Janae
peace.
Aiko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep my peace by putting on the Janae Aiko. I listen to a lot of Chilumbo because it really does heal me. I listen to a lot of Sold Out.
Oh,
And I just like chill out. Kiana Lede, Kiara put me on her. So I
yeah,
listen
no,
to a
she's good
lot of
too.
that. And then I don't have a TV, so it doesn't matter. But I'll watch like good stuff on Netflix. I like to watch a lot of documentaries lately. So I just do things like that. I surround myself with good. I literally ingest like my system when it because we live in an age where social media is like
Very
we all
prevalent.
fucking depend on it. Yeah, we
Mhm.
all fucking depend on it at this point. There's not one time out of the day where we don't look through our fucking feed or timeline or whatever the case may be. So I make sure like I surround myself with things that make me feel good. And I definitely like to spoil myself when I'm sad or when I'm in my feelings.
Danielle loves to go shopping when she's in her feelings. Like I have called her on FaceTime.
Don't act like you don't be fucking shopping with me. That's how I keep my peace. Just trying to surround myself with good things, deleting social media or deleting the things that, you know, really trigger me on like deleting Twitter specifically because
Right.
everybody's sharing their thoughts on there. So I definitely delete that because I don't want anything to influence my thoughts. And I'll take a nice nap. I'll go shopping. What about you though? Like I want to know how you keep your peace because you're really good at just being a you're good under pressure. You're good under things like this. So like I never know when you're really going through it. because you're good at it. You know, you're good when it comes to things like this.
Yeah, so basically my advice is all more geared towards like relationship-y stuff. So the way that I keep my peace in relationships is like I try to stay away from people once they start bringing up all these red flags. Once you start seeing all these red flags going up, you know, you just got to make your exit.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, it's not like what I was talking about earlier where I see one thing and you dip. No, I'm talking about you start seeing a couple of them and you're just like
They're
you're
adding
like
up.
yeah. Once you start seeing a couple of them, you got to make your exit because that is just, you know that's not going to end well. You know
Yeah.
that you're going to stress out. You know it's going to give you anxiety. You know, you start seeing red flags, and especially if your red flag is like something to do with cheating or
Yeah.
infidelity of some sort. Like, you can't enter a relationship fine, and once he starts altering how you feel, like increasing your anxiety, making you feel more stressed, like, bitch, you gotta go. That's toxic. It's
Yeah.
toxic. You know it's going to be a toxic environment. You don't want to get hooked on that and create like this codependent bond. Like, you need to get the fuck out. Honestly, I don't know. Like, when I keep my peace, I just stay away from anything that just doesn't serve me and my higher good. You know, when I meet somebody, I'm thinking like, okay, even when my friends get into like issues with their men, I'm like, okay, let's make a pros and cons list because does the
Yes.
good outweigh the bad? Because if the good outweighs the bad, then that's fine. But if the bad outweighs the good, like, you need to go. You
Yeah.
know, that helps you keep your peace because once you know the cons outweigh the pros, like, hello, it's time to exit.
Hello.
And then on top of that, I have like this 60-40 rule. So if you're unhappy 60% of the time and 40%, once it passes that 50-50, like, it needs to go because who wants to be like unhappy for that, like, 4 days out of
Yeah.
7? Like,
Mhm.
it's just ridiculous to me, and I feel like once you pass that rule, like, you need to just let it go. Like,
Yeah.
understand that this is like such a toxic environment, and all these tips are just like the ways that I keep my peace when it comes to like men. As for like my own personal things, you know, I don't know, I just step back, I think about it. And
Mhm.
sometimes, you know, I am still toxic. Like, I just push people out because I've reached like this such serene part of my life where I'm
Yeah.
feeling so fine by myself, and I'm happy, I'm enjoying my life, and I'm perfectly fine. So anyone that like comes in that even just disturbs it a little, it makes
Yeah.
me feel away.
It feels off. It feels so bad because it's like you're chill, you're chilling, you're having a good, you know,
Yeah.
time going through life. You're just like you're content. And then like that's why I feel like I allow my emotions to get the best of me too because like I'm chilling, like I'm really good and then one thing like comes off and I'm like, "Oh my fucking gosh, like it's the end of the world." Most of the time, the thing that keeps me sane is that look at all the shit that you've been through and you thought it was like the end of the fucking world.
Oh
And look at you
yeah.
you're here now, bitch.
You
Like
know
come
how
on
many
now.
times I've thought about that, you know, those things, reflecting on my past and how I was able to get over a lot of things, it really helps me. Just reflecting.
Yeah.
You know, it just shows you how strong of a person you are, whether you realize that or not. And I think I remind Danielle about that a lot, where I'm like, you know, how many times like you used to think about this or you used to say this, and like, look at you now, like
She
you're
will
good.
literally like go into detail too. Like remember when you said like you needed
I've
this and look at you now like you literally like did the and it's like bro.
Like, even if Danielle finds negative things to talk about, I'm like, hey, but do you remember? I try to put everything like in a more positive perspective, just to
Yeah,
remind her, like, you know, you're not where you were before, and that's all that matters.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
And
that's a statement right there. Kiara's right. You're not where you were before and that's all that matters because you're growing and you're growing because you're recognizing all of these toxic traits that not only you have, the people around you have. It could be people that are closest to you. It could be your family. It could be, you
oh
know,
yeah,
your brother, sister,
we're
your
saving that for
mother,
another one
grandmother,
because
all of that. We're saving that conversation for another day, but you're recognizing all of this, you're peeping it, and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I don't want to be like that, you know? I don't want to deal with these problems.
Right.
So you got to fix them for yourself in order to grow, and you become a completely different person.
Yeah, and I think another thing to like end off like how to keep your peace is
Mm-hmm.
making sure you always have a good circle around you. You
Yeah.
know, making sure that all your friends always have good intentions for you, making sure
Yes.
that, you know, even the men in your life, your family, everyone has good intentions. And if they don't, you need to drop them because, you know, all you ever want is just people to empower you and make you feel good about yourself and
Yeah.
always encourage you when you're down, you know. You need I always believe in like having a good foundation, and having a good foundation is just keeping yourself surrounded by positive people.
Yeah.
And that's what, as a friend, like that's what I always try to do because
Mm-hmm.
that's the most that I can do. Like
Yeah. Is
support my friend and be
be
positive
there and just
and be
support them,
there. Yeah.
hype them up.
And that helps them keep their peace and also makes you feel good as a friend. But we're going to end off how to keep your peace, and we're just going to answer some like really quick questions. So, first question is, do y'all consider it cheating if my guy friend hits me up even though he has a girlfriend? It's usually when he's drunk too.
Yes.
He's cheating.
He's cheating, girl.
He's
He's
being
cheating every
messy.
single time he's drunk.
He's he's being messy, and you know, I feel like if you know he's hitting you up honestly and you know he has a girlfriend, I just don't think you should respond.
Don't even respond to him
Don't
because
entertain it.
it will
What's
be
what's the
bigger.
point? What's the
What's the
point of it?
point?
There's
And he
no
knows what
point
he's doing
there's no
because he
point in
specifically
entertain
does it
yeah,
every
and
time he's drunk.
there's just honestly no point in entertaining it because it's not going to get anywhere. Honestly, you're just going to get involved in some drama that you definitely don't need because the girlfriend's not going to give a fuck if he was drunk. Because a lot of the time, the girls, including me, they'll end up blaming more of the girl than the guy. And that's what I did before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even want to be involved in that, especially if you don't give a fuck, like, in that way about that guy. Like, honestly, don't even entertain it. Just leave him alone and just ignore him. He's
Girl,
drunk. He's
I say
drunk.
put yourself in you like literally put yourself in his girlfriend's shoes. If you were somebody's girlfriend and your boyfriend was hitting up a woman every time he drinks, how would you feel? And if it isn't a good feeling and you don't want it being done to you,
Don't
then
entertain it.
it's not a good feeling. Like it's not it. That's not it, girl. So
Yeah.
I'd say you need to either like talk to him about it
Like it's your
next time he
friend.
tries to reach you out, because that is your friend, and you need to tell him how, you know, how you feel. Ask him how his girlfriend feels. Ask him if his girlfriend knows and everything like that. And then,
I just
you
respect
know,
the relationship. That's it.
yeah,
Just respect it, you know, just say, hey, like, I know you're drunk, but like,
you have a
just don't
girlfriend,
even, you have
sir.
a girlfriend and just don't even entertain it. There's no point. There's no happy ending to it. It's really not going to go anywhere. So
Yep.
that's what we got to say about that question. This is our last question because we only have two that we're going to answer. Um, it says, how do you feel about your friends dating your ex? Actually, there's two in this one question, so we're going to answer that first. How do you feel about your friends dating your ex? Not allowed. I'm not about that.
It's not allowed.
I I'm not fucking with it.
I've had one do that to me, but we were in high school and she was young, so like I didn't care, you know, and I also didn't care about the man.
I
So
yeah, you know, that's the other part. Like I feel like if it's just like a one night hookup and it's just like some random dude, like who the fuck cares? But like your ex, I might have to I might have to cut you off as a friend. It's girl code to me. Like
that is girl code to me too as well.
you just don't be doing that shit. You know, I came across a situation where a guy was trying to talk to me
Mm-hmm.
and I was having sex with his best friend, but I didn't know it was his best friend at the time. And I just told him once I found out, like, hey, I was having sex with your best friend. Like, I don't want to do that. Because
Mm-hmm.
one, it looks messy on my part, but two, like, who wants to be a part of like a situation like that?
Yeah.
Like, it's just all
An
about respect.
entanglement?
An entanglement. Like, you know,
A fucking entanglement?
I don't want any parts of that. I was like, no, I respect your friend. Like, I fuck with that guy too. So it's just like, why would I do that? You know? It's all
Guys,
about respect.
yeah.
Respect.
Just respecting. Guys don't give a fuck, but females do. Like, it's just the principle of the situation. I don't believe it's a good idea for you to date somebody's ex, like, at all, because, like, especially if you've met them before. Like, that just means, like, for me, like, I'm a woman who likes to overthink, and I would just be thinking, like, girl, like, the whole entire time,
You was
like,
doing that, yeah.
was you doing that? Was you checking out my man the whole entire time? You know, like,
weird energy.
Did you like him? Like, did you have a crush on him? Like, while I was with him?
Yeah.
And like, you just sat there and
yeah,
pretended like you wasn't feeling away. Like,
yeah, you just be having all these thoughts in your head, and it's never a good idea. And it's just girl code to me. So I would say no, I wouldn't do it. But there's a second part to this question where it says, do you stay friends with your ex or completely cut off all communication? And I think for me, it depends. That's why I said it depends.
It depends.
It depends on how the relationship. If it's like something new, I usually cut off all communication because there's no point. Because usually a lot of those don't really end that well. Yeah. But for the more long-term ones, I keep them. They're my friends for life, honestly. I think because you build such a strong bond with a lot of them, especially because I've dated people for years. Like, all my boyfriends, 3 years, 6 months, and I'm still friends with the guy from 6 months. And then 5 years. Like, come on. Like, you can't cut off communication. They took up a huge chunk of your life.
Yeah, I understand that. Me, I'm more so the type of person, like, where it's like, if we're done, I don't know, like, what purpose, like, we're serving each other at this point. Like,
and you're just like,
bye. Usually, yeah, I'm usually just like, bye. Like, I don't like to keep ties, just because, like, most of the time I'm not the one that's like I'm toxic. I'm the one that's in the wrong sometimes, but most of the time I'm the one that's breaking up with the person. So it's like I'm the one that's like recognizing these, and I don't want to continue to like stay with them. But in the same breath, I also don't feel like relationships need to always end up like on a bad note. I feel like you can be civil and break up. Like, that's kind of what adults do, you know?
Adults can definitely do that. You know, children are more likely to like cut ties and just be like, fuck you, like on some fuck you shit. But honestly, as you get older, you kind of just be like, hey, like, it just didn't work out, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I love my boyfriend, but if like we ever like, you know, ended, I would want to be civil with him.
You would hold him dear to your heart. Yeah,
for sure. I would really want to be civil with him because he's such a fucking cool person. Like, he's so chill.
All right, guys, so that's the end of our segment of questions. You know, you ask, we answer. But, you know, you guys had demanded that we bring back a game that we just introduced on episode 2 called what, Danielle?
Hot seat. Hot seat. Ooh.
Hot seat, and we're keeping it nasty because, you know, we had to just... we gotta make this a little nasty. We gotta make it, you know.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of people tell us like they were answering the questions in their head. And so I would like for you guys to like practice doing that. Like, the questions that we ask each other, answer for yourself in your head, like straight off the bat.
Yeah, like what would you guys answer to these questions?
Yeah,
all right,
get to know yourself a little bit more. Kiara,
who's going first?
Yeah, Kiara has no idea what I have to ask her.
And you have no idea what I have to ask you.
But I tried to like find some nasty questions that would match last week's questions. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me if I freaked it.
We're going to have to see. All right. Okay, who's going first, bitch? Me or you? All right, you know what? I'll go first. Let's do this shit. Danielle's in the hot seat right now. And let's fucking go. So, I got 11 questions. You know, I was going to do
11,
10.
bitch? Why didn't you tell me?
I did 10, but I was like, you know what? We're going to do a bonus. I couldn't leave this one out. So, so we're going to start now. Ready?
Okay, ready.
Question number 1. Have you ever had sex in public?
Yes.
Where?
At the beach.
Okay.
There's a lot of places, but that's just one of the places that like seems kind of appropriate to like do it on.
Okay. Question number 2. Fast and hard or slow and gentle?
Oh, fast and hard.
Okay, 3. Salty hairy balls or smegma.
What was the second option?
Smegma.
What the fuck is smegma? Bitch. What is that? Wait, explain it. I can't sit here just fucking having you cry.
I'm gonna have Danielle Google this right now. This needs to be recorded. Danielle, go Google it right now.
How do you spell
Smeg, SMEGMA.
Bitch.
Read it out loud. Read it out loud.
Smegma. Noun. A sebaceous secretion in the folds of the skin, especially under a man's foreskin. What the fuck? Whatever, anything but that. I'll do what the fuck ever I gotta do. Just get me, I'll eat ass, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Just get me away from that shit. What the hell?
It's like this thick substance that's built up from like under their foreskin. Yeah, it's
I've
like,
never seen that. I don't want to see it.
And
it
stinks bad. Okay.
No.
Okay. Question 4. How long does it take you to...
Fuck off. Kiara, what the fuck?
Okay, question number 4. How long does it take you to get yourself off on average?
Oh, bitch, probably like 30 minutes. I know that's a really long time, right? But like for me, I like to stop and then I like to start again and then I like to stop.
You're like an edger. You're an edging ass bitch.
Yes.
Well, goddamn, I'm changing
your. Do it. I like the edge. The edge is my favorite
I'm changing
part.
Your contact name to Edger. It's no longer Danny Deep Throats. It's now going to be Edger in my phone. Anyhow, question number 5. Where's the weirdest place you've had sex?
The car one? The car while I was driving, probably. That was so uncomfortable.
Okay. Number 6. What's the first thing that sexually attracts you to someone?
What the fuck? I'm trying to think like off top, but I literally am like men are just men. Like there's nothing.
You just love everything.
Exciting about them.
You
probably
love
their
everything.
voice.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 7. Most amount of times you've had sex in 24 hours. Where he actually came.
Like 10.
Yes. Number 8. Would you rather have a threesome with a stranger or someone you know and trust?
Oh, someone I know and trust.
Okay, so this question goes with this one. So, would you rather be in a 2 girls, 1 guy or 2 guys, 1 girl threesome?
2 girls, 1 guy.
All right. Number 10. Would you rather be with somebody who comes too quickly or someone who never makes you come?
Someone who never makes me come. Probably. Wait. Someone who never makes me come because I could do that shit myself. But I'm going to be really upset if sex is only 2 minutes, like repetitively. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. You might as well throw them in the trash. Okay, last question for Danielle. What makes you horny in seconds? What makes that pussy pulsate?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, when my boyfriend holds a baby. I'm not going to lie to you. When he is holding a baby or interacting with any type of children, I'm just like, yeah, like you can get me pregnant, bro.
You can get it.
I'm ready. Get it. Like I'm ready. So I know that sounds so weird, but those were my 10 questions.
Those were her 11 questions. Danielle is now out of the hot seat, and now I am in the hot seat, bitch. So let's go.
Okay, question number 1. Get your coochie ate or your butt ate for the rest of your life.
Coochie.
Okay, have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yes, 100 million times.
Have you ever lied to a man about a sex game and told him it was bomb when it really sucked?
Yes.
What? I don't feel like you would do that.
Lie?
I feel like you would just like ghost a motherfucker.
I've lied. I've lied. I've lied and ghosted at the same time. Like gone like the wind.
Yes. All right, the craziest place you've done it?
Fuck. Outside of my house.
Marry a guy from Hawaii forever or marry a man from New York City?
Damn. New York City.
New York City?
Yeah, bitch.
Okay. What's your signature move in bed?
Ooh. I
How
get
would
in
you
like
just?
a I get on top and I get in like a squat position and I bounce up and down like some Megan shit.
Me too,
And
bitch.
because I'm so small, like it's just so. I had one guy, the last guy that I was messing around with, and he was like, I did that, and he was like, whoa, and he
She
was like,
has amazing
damn.
legs. I bet you Kiara's freaking do freaking face. I don't know what it's called. The freaking thing where they make you sit on the wall. I bet you can do that for like forever,
Oh,
bitch.
wall sits. Next
Okay,
question.
have you ever done it in the same room as another couple?
I think so.
What?
Well, not at the same
Like,
time,
say
but
it's like prom night and you're in your
I
hotel
had did
room.
it, and somebody was like, two people were laying on another bed, and I was laying in another area, and I was doing that.
Okay, okay, okay.
So it's like technically it's not, but like yes, it kind of.
That is basically it. Like same room. That's what I said. So, but I was thinking like back to back for sure. But like
No, 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 no. Not
you
yet.
did it.
I
You did
haven't
it.
done that
She did
yet.
it though. The answer is yes. Okay. Would you have? Would you rather have an amazing quickie or like a bad sex marathon?
Oh, fuck.
Amazing quickie, but really bad sex marathon.
Amazing quickie. Like, there's no
Amazing
question about
quickie.
it. Like, we can do like 5 million quickies. Like,
Yes.
please.
Most times you've done it in a day.
10.
10. Oh, you're like that should just be our number. We should get
10.
like we should get those like baseball
Jersey.
jerseys. Yeah, shirts and put the number 10 on it.
And
All
no
right.
one's gonna know why besides you guys. So
Yeah,
that's
me and you
awesome.
and the rest of everyone else. Favorite foreplay?
Oh, fuck.
Do we like whips and chains? Do we like schoolgirl shit? Like, what do we like? What do we foreplay?
My favorite foreplay? I don't even know.
I
He's just
know.
like, ooh, I
What is it?
know. I
Tell
know.
us.
I just did this, remember? Um, where I played with myself and I stroked his dick at the same time and he didn't have to do shit. He's just watching me. He's watching me and I'm stroking at the same time while playing with myself. Like he was like he smiled and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I like it." I was like, oh. Is that the end?
Learn some things. Let's learn some things from Kiara. Yeah, that was the last question. So that's our hot seat. Kiara had way better questions this freaking
No, it's
time.
not. No, I
I
didn't.
liked your questions. I liked your questions.
I like your questions still, you know? But anyhow, guys, that is it for today's episode. I know this one might be like pretty fucking long to be
Holy
honest.
shit, yeah.
Like we just went into like so depth, but honestly, it's good for the soul. Like if you've made it this far, thank you so much for, tuning the
Thank you
fuck
for
in.
fucking with us.
Yeah.
You know, podcasts, what I do. I'm not even a big podcast person, but I've been listening to it in the shower. I've been listening to it in my car on my way to anywhere. So
Yeah, you just pause and you start it up. Yeah.
Segments.
And eventually you'll finish the episode. But anyhow, guys, that is it for episode 3 called what's it called?
Bitch, that's toxic.
Bitch, that's toxic. That's it. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram at
HNSD podcast.
yes, and our YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to us there, where you can watch the full Zoom video. That is "Ho No She Didn't" podcast, and
I always say this, but don't forget to click the link in our bio where you can watch our recent episodes as well as give us suggestions or answer some questions. If you want us to answer any questions, tell us any stories, please click the link in our bio, go on Suggestion-ox, and do your thing. We love you guys. We get so much amazing feedback from everybody, and we really appreciate you guys for listening to us. It just makes our heart so fucking happy, and you give us a confidence to continue to do what we're doing.
yeah,
So,
every single time, every time we receive feedback, it's just like,
yeah.
even if it's just one person saying like, hey, I fucking love this shit, like I love relating to you guys, it just fills us up so much. You guys have no idea. I know we repost it on social media, but like we text about it all the time. Like, damn, like this is crazy. But
He's tearing up.
but anyhow, we will see you guys on episode 4. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.